Pokemon Scarlet and Violet might just be the greatest Pokemon games to date, despite some poor performance and poor decisions from the developers. So what makes these games great? Let's find out. So to start with a few positives with these games, yes, there is a massive open world with tons and tons of wild Pokemon to encounter, with no more random encounters. Trainer battles are also initiated by you, so running past them won't trigger a battle like all the previous Pokemon games. This is a positive as it allowed me to cruise around the map without the fear of stopping for a battle. Trainers will also have two different text boxes. A black box indicates that they might be a bit too strong for you to take on and is recommended that you train some more before battling them. You also have various raid battles you can encounter, which are pretty easy for the most part until you unlock much more harder raids. Every raid that I've done so far, I've done solo, so you shouldn't have any problems for like the first maybe 75% of the game. You have the choice to tackle each of the three stories in any order you please, which are the gyms, team star battles, and titan bosses. The gym battles will earn you badges to have stronger Pokemon obey you, like normal Pokemon games that we've been playing since the beginning. You also get some new TMs from those gym battles as well. Team star battles are pretty dumb, and defeating those bosses will also earn you more rewards, as well as unlocking new abilities, and each boss will have a different gimmick to challenge, or like a new boss battle type of thing. With the Titan battles, you do unlock new travel abilities for Koraidon and Miraidon, but you cannot capture those Titan Pokemon in their giant forms, which kind of sucks because it'll be cool to have these giant Pokemon run around with you. Speaking of running with you, there is the return of the Let's Go feature, which lets your party Pokemon, the leader of your party Pokemon, run alongside you and you can interact with them. But they sometimes do have a hard time keeping up with you, whether you're running on foot or riding on the back of Koraidon or Miraidon, and they will at times return to their Pokeball because of the inability to keep up with you, and you have to just resummon them again. But you can also send your lead Pokemon to battle automatically during the Let's Go feature, and it's a quick way to train your Pokemon without having to do a full-on battle. These wild automatic battles are very quick, and you sometimes won't always win those battles. And don't worry, your Pokemon will not auto-battle a shiny Pokemon, so you'll have a chance to capture that shiny from an actual encounter. Now the graphics are still very low tier because it is on the Switch, but there are some cool weather effects and your character will actually interact and respond with these different weather changes. And yes, there is some pop-ins at times and some really bad frame rate, but nothing that was game breaking from my experience, and the slowdowns with the frame rate has only lasted a few seconds here or there. But if you do look closely, some Pokemon have some really good detail designed into them, like you could really see the fur in some of these Pokemon, and that is pretty cool. You also will see some trees moving with the wind, and the weather will do different effects, like a sandstorm will put sand all over your clothes, and of course during the rain your character will have wet clothes as well, so that is pretty cool. Now while battling, you do have the use of the camera to rotate it as you please, which can be pretty good because sometimes the camera will be a bit wonky and it'll be in a weird position, so you can see more that you don't want to see, like really bad textures or just endless emptiness during a battle when it's too close to the ground. Now when you're battling, wild Pokemon and items that were on screen before the battle will remain in the background of that battle, which is cool because you can see the items are still there, the wild Pokemon will still run around in the background. But a potential negative to this is some wild Pokemon will move to your battle area, and when you leave the battle, whether by completing it or running away, you could be on top of another wild Pokemon that will automatically trigger a new battle instantly. So you could be stuck in a potential battle chain for a little bit until you run away from all of them. Now there are a lot of different Pokemon to capture, and there are a lot of returning Pokemon, but most of these Pokemon will have new evolutions, whether it's something new for the region or something based on the past and future themes of these games. Now I haven't seen most of them because I want to be surprised, but for the ones I did see, there are some pretty cool ones here. And there are also a decent number of brand new Pokemon to encounter, so don't worry, it's not like the majority of the Pokedex is a lot of old Pokemon. There is a good amount of new Pokemon to encounter in this game, and some are pretty cool. Some, unfortunately, do have some letdown evolutions, like Lechonk, unfortunately, had a pretty letdown evolution, and a couple other ones as well. Now, a major negative to this game that I cannot believe is a thing here is for the most part, you cannot buy new shirts and pants for your character. You can buy shoes, hats, gloves, and glasses, and book bags. And you can also change the phone case of your Rotom phone. But you cannot buy completely new outfits for your character, and you're stuck choosing between four preset outfits that are based on winter, spring, summer, and fall. So you're gonna spend pretty much all of your time dressed like a dork because there is no drip here for your character. There's also no daycare center, so for the Ditto method to breed Pokemon for your starters and for your version exclusives, you do have to do that during the picnic feature, and it is recommended to make a sandwich that has an egg boost so you have a more higher chance to get those eggs. I actually did one where it gave me about 7 eggs at once. The picnic feature is pretty simple. You know, you can clean your Pokemon, you can make the sandwiches, which kind of sucks. It's a really crappy mini game. But it does give you different boosts and will give your Pokemon experience points. And you also get to see your Pokemon interact with one another, so that's pretty cool. I threw a little soccer ball and I had 2 of my Pokemon passing the ball back and forth, so that's pretty cool. Now the game map is pretty bad. It's really terrible when you try to zoom in and out. You know, you try to zoom out and it gives you all these weird icons, and you try to zoom into a specific spot on the map, but it will just automatically zoom into your location, and that kind of sucks. But one thing that is cool is if you set a destination on your map and then you leave the map, it will aim your character in the direction of that destination, so you don't have to constantly go back to the map trying to find out which direction you should be going, and that to me was pretty helpful. Now, I have not completed these games yet, but I've played enough hours to say that while the performances are bad at times and the games do have a bit of issues with pop-ins and frame rate, there is still a lot of amazing fun things to do in this game. It is Pokemon, you know what you're getting. There is an interesting story here, and I can't wait to see what kind of turns it'll take. And I think these games are worth the purchase. I don't think you need to buy both of them, however, and I can't say why to avoid potential spoilers, but I will say these games are worth a buy if you do own a Nintendo Switch and you are a Pokemon fan. Now, when it comes down to playing the game in handheld versus portable TV and which one would be better in terms of performance, I have heard handheld performs better because it is on a smaller screen and you won't notice too many pop-ins, but I almost never play handheld and I'm always playing on the TV docked, and the game at times can still look pretty damn good. So I think you guys will have a lot of fun with these games, and it is the holiday season, so get ready for these games for the holidays, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.